this is Ian. Welcome to another video. Today we're doing another story. We are furthering in with the Beyond the Books of the Clockwork Chronicles, but we're going to be diving into one of the mini novels that I hinted about in one of my tweets. Long time ago. Probably months ago. Because, I didn't mind hinting it. I made a couple of statues and I showed it off in a tweet. If you saw that, then you knew this was coming. But yeah, now it's here. Finally, we get to start one of the first ones, which is based off WonderQuest. In a way, Wonderberg, title Wonderberg. The friend is there. Basically, it's an idea that I had to scrap from the main series and move to its own special thing because it just didn't make sense in the storyline, and no matter how I tried to do it, it just felt too short. Just like a sideline thing and not an actual adventure. And now, I'm gonna change that. I have changed that, and now this is gonna be fun. This will be part 1 of the book. Which is chapter, which you see slightly, and basically we'll dive into what happens. I'll have the parts in partception, but yeah, that way it makes it shorter, makes it simpler, makes it worth it. And if you do enjoy these, be sure to leave a like on it, and feel free to leave any theories down below of what might happen and what you think the villains are getting up to. But you'll have to wait and see. Now, won't you? I already know. I wrote it. So let's get right into the video, eh? Part 1. Capture of the Clockwork Chronicles. Hero of Wonderberg. Yes, I come up with very clever titles. Stumpy. It was just another day, ordinary day in the lovely world. The sun was shining, the sky was clear and empty. There were no threats looming in the shadows, no dangers ready to attack at any moment's notice. It was peaceful, it was calm, it was perfect. Stumpy was sitting on his bed, watching Squishy as she rummaged through the light brown double chest to the left of the large window that led off to the balcony. She looked as beautiful and as graceful. How is that still getting through? She looked as... I put it as do not disturb, and I still got that message. She looked as beautiful and as graceful as he had ever seen her. Her fluffy golden feathers seemed to glitter in the sunlight, as if she had taken a swim in the lake. Her expressive ocean blue eyes filled with curiosity as she took stuff out to examine and admire them. "Are you sure there isn't anything you want to do today, Squishy?" the cat asked her curiously. "There's so much memories in here," she replied in amazement. "I can't believe you kept all this stuff. I like to remember." And the cat stated with a bemused smile. This moment felt just right. He never wanted it to end. A couple of moments passed before he heard Squishy let out an audible gasp. "Stampy?" "Yeah?" the cat asked, standing up from his bed as she began pulling out something from deep inside the chest. The cat saw a glimpse of red fabric before the duckling pulled it free. "Don't you remember this?" she asked in amazement, her eyes gleaming with excitement as she held up a familiar red vest to him. He hadn't seen the vest in months, not since he had gone off to visit his old friend, Keen, and had told him what had happened to him in his first encounter with Mr. A, warning him of the potential dangers that he was dealing with. He had wanted to make sure everyone and everything was all right and safe. This had been caused by the men's threats and torturing him to get him out of the way. The men had hinted about the portal to the world of Wonderberg. Mr. A had relentlessly tortured and tormented him. Stampy had gone to Wonderberg because of that incident, to warn them. He's the man ever tried to make another portal to town. Tears formed in the cat's eyes as he remembered the reason why he had gone months ago on that adventure. I remember, the cat said, with a soft whisper, pushing back the memory of the shot collar, the piercing, unbearable pain that he had suffered so long ago. The memory haunted him, making him want to crawl in a corner and hide. Except he knew the collar couldn't hurt him anymore. He was safe now. Mr. A wasn't nearby. His men weren't here to hurt him. He had grown from that time and place. He was stronger now, braver. He had nothing to be afraid of. Are you okay? The duckling asked, walking over to him with an expression of concern. I'm fine, the cat assured her with a sad smile. Just memories. Maybe you'll feel better if you put this on, she offered, holding up the vest for her friend to take. You sure it's okay? The cat asked with reluctance, as he reluctantly took the vest from her, holding its soft fabric in his paws. There were definitely memories woven through the fabric. Adventure, fun, risks, and dangers. It had been worth it. He'd made it this far. Still, the unanswered questions from months ago began to return to his mind. Questions he wasn't sure he wanted answers to. I'm sure it'll be alright. Try it on, for memory's sake, she suggested. Maybe it'll help. The cat let out a sigh as he nodded, putting on the vest carefully, feeling the warm fabric resting on his fur gently as he let it go. He didn't realize just how much he missed wearing the little peaky treasure till he had put it on. It fit almost as perfectly as he remembered it, if not a little loose around the hem of the vest. This was his quest vest. It was what he always wore when going off on an adventure, especially when it came to seeing Keen in the town of Wonderberg. He had come to know and love. You look like a hero, the duckling said in awe, stepping back to get a better look. Are you saying I'm less of a hero without it on then? The cat asked, raising an eyebrow. Of course not, she declared quickly. You're still the same Stampy I know and love. The cat laughed. I do look like I'm about to go on some sort of special quest, aren't I? Twice she beamed at him as she nodded her head. Cat was just about able to catch a spark of excitement lighting up in her eyes. Maybe we should embark on an adventure today, just like old times. Stampy frowned, hesitating for a moment, the images of Mr. A and his men appearing in his mind. Sure, it had been a while since he had seen them, but it still didn't make it any bit easier. Are you sure it's a good idea? We won't be alone, she assured him as she walked over to him a bit again. William's just outside. I'm sure he won't mind coming with us. The cat nodded, knowing full well about the extra security his oldest helper, William Beaver, offered. He appreciated his friend for that. The beaver had already done so much to help him, protecting him from anyone who could potentially harm him, whether that was the Googlies at night, Mr. A and his men, or those few in the cause who still believed he was a traitor, despite the fact that he had proven his innocence time and time again. It wasn't just William who was doing that, though. Sam was also a big part of that as well, saving him from Mr. A or his allies when no one else could, or would. The boy had saved his life far more times than he could have ever imagined. He was grateful for that. He wouldn't be here if it weren't for his friends being there to keep him safe. Be careful, Squid, she added carefully, when the cat didn't say anything. We always have. Nothing bad will happen. I hope not, the cat replied meekly. Me too, she agreed, wrapping an arm around the cat's shoulders in a sporting gesture. Are you ready to go on an adventure today? I am if you are, the cat replied. I'm always ready, the duckling stated with confidence. Let's do this! The cat smiled as the duckling led him out of the bedroom, telling the beaver what they were planning to do. William was ready for action in an instant. looking alert and determined, just as the cat knew he would be. I gave him the courage he needed to do this, even though they probably wouldn't do much in his lovely world. It was better than nothing. Last thing I wanted was for someone to try to ruin it for all of them. Yeah. We're gonna end that there. I need to do a little bit of editing because I realized about reading this that my first read through didn't quite go so well because I found a lot of mistakes. Continuity error. There was a continuity error. I'll be right there. Anyway, don't need to worry about what that is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.